Well, good morning. Welcome back to Central Ontario. Looks like she's warming up again, and we've got no snow in the forecast for at least a week to a week and a half. Sun's out. Time to get the rear blade out. You folks know I never use the rear blade until we get well into December, which is where we are right now. We're getting towards the end of December. But more importantly, it's because I've got a dirt and gravel driveway and I need to wait until the gravel in the ground is really frozen down a few feet before I start dragging a blade across it. Otherwise, I end up just grabbing up the gravel. The weather's been a little bit weird lately. We haven't had much snow lately, and I've blown it off as best I can with the snow blower. And as you know, my skid shoes are pretty high to try to avoid the gravel. But hey, we've got no forecast for snow in the foreseeable week to week and a half for sure. We've got warmer temperatures coming, and right now the ground is pretty hard, and I need to make sure that I scrape off as much of this excess snow as possible before it starts to melt and turn into slush and ice. So we're going to pull out the blade. As usual, I've taken the top link. I've brought it in as tight as possible so that I can bring the blade a little bit forward, hopefully to minimize its need to want to dig. And I've got it offset a little bit so I can push the snow or get it rolled off to the side. So anyways, we're going to head up. We definitely have to do those two big hills because otherwise I'll be here for a while because you guys saw what happened last winter. Okay, so hang out with me. Should be a good day. It's getting pretty warm out, and pretty soon I'll be wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Come along for the ride. Cheers. got her done. Starting to get late in the day. First time I used the rear blade this season. Worked out really well. I'm glad I waited. Like I said, on this driveway, I've got to wait until things get really frozen and packed or I end up ripping up gravel, and I barely caught gravel anywhere through this driveway. Most important thing to do, I need to get the 2 big hills done, as well as a couple of the smaller hills. It'll be a little easier getting out. If you've got a rear blade or it's your first tractor and the first time using the rear blade, a couple of things that I've learned. I don't know if it's, the expert way to do it, but what I've learned works for me is if you're using the rear blade, don't use it in low. I used to put it in low last season, and I kept finding that I would end up piling snow up behind me to a point where sometimes when you get to an incline, it would slow the tractor down. And the reason I've realized why is because when you're in low gear, you don't have enough momentum going. The snow doesn't start to do its rolling action, it just starts piling up. So this here and today, what I did is I put it in medium gear, got a little bit more speed on it, and I just kept her going in medium at a steady pace, and you'll probably notice in the video, the snow wasn't piling up so much behind the blade, it actually started its rolling action, which is what the mold board is for. It's supposed to throw it forward to allow it to roll and eventually go off to the side of the road. Other than that, make sure you pull in your upper control arm as far as you can because you don't want to dig up gravel. And this way it allows the blade to tilt forward a bit at the top. And it worked great today. Got her all done. I'm going to head back. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you like the channel, please click subscribe. Hit the like button, and if you want to know when I'm posting videos, just click that little bell. Have a wonderful week with your families. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.